Çmasmani vurun qati Çmasmani vurun qati Rqab min yemi yukhati Çumrina manatra dagahi İki dünya azina İki dünya azina Khabin yetkhatamet bina İki da
أترمى قبل شلام رخون مثل كابون سبايلا ودي لمارش اشتبي شيت ترات بخمشاسة يشيتي وقت إما شنة من خيوتة برمت أطراية كمدن خمس آية في شيء تركيا وجانا أطرجانا الشباب بيطبق تاعين إما شنة من دي تاريخ خرجت دي لنايت تبيخو وقت سيفو ودي برمتت أطراية ديان مع كريستيانة خينة اخنا كمان جاشوكا ومش اشتغل بتريسر من قم شيخا فرم رابع دينتينا قدو كان بريش سام زوده زي دين اطرواتتنا لينا مشيخاي كدين مخينا من كوكا ها سافر بزو داخل بلا كامو نسبخنا قاطر جانا بيمتامز بالطيلا اتقن مخروبينا كجانا بالوتنا متواتن بشكالينا متواتن بتلاخينا عمرانا بتلاخينا يعني خافر ما بيلي طلت بيتلا كت البوتش مخمشاسر نيخني خبلا مدري كانوا مغزوية بتنايا اخنا ما قلت اطوريتها خزمو بالي بخ يكي كلي بخ انا قدني من قاشوكم و بشيد انا من امريكا اطوريت امريكا خشت لي قبلتها هيش خا توكا هيش خا شوتاسا خاب كما جنات اخشي سان فرانسيسكو قلت بقى جادانا اخينا اطوري كيو يكتينا امريكا بخايا هيش خادكتا نشانقا من اللتفا فيسبوك ليلة دكتور ماتيت الشكل أخشي مادبا قال مغزية أخنا طامة واخ قال مغزية أخنا أطراي خلانة أطراي خديجي خويد واخ من الله شو لق بعده كنت كجانو شولانو بعدين كانوا زبخشاول امتناية أخنا لتنا شكويتا كل خاناشة كنت كانوا بدواخل الدانو بدواخل كأنت بالخانة إلو امتناية هنا امتناية ليلة أخشي كنت أنا بالخانة قال أخنا خبال خاخن أنا ليه واخ أخنا نيواخ إن أنا يتخذ بصرة مجانا شو تاسق قبل إني كم شو تاسقيني بالخيني أخنا قدرنا تنجار لنا بالخن الشمانة كجانا متابعة ودخل خاشمة خاءتا خاشمة راب بصبر يتواتب بريشنا يقارك كل خيطة يتم مشي خيطة أي باسيمة كدين خمينا قدرنا دانا كدلخبت الجملات خين لخبر بسه هم لشان خمي بقى هم يتوتن خمي بقى إن آي شو بتجانا أمتا خامتلا خابيدا خاءتلا خايتوتلا احنا خيطة مويدالة هذا صار يتوتن خام مخلا هلا بتاعي المدرسة أمريكا مو بتلاقي داني دانا هيك كليها كيوروب كل مويدالة كل يبا كلهم شكل بزايتهم ديمونستريشن دي بزايتهم كأطروات بريش يوروب كأمريكا هيش خام دي لاقوا بمي قاموني هيك كليها مو تخموني واخ خبني سنة بتاعتني ريش خجر خلانة بتاعي تازر ريش خجر بلبخ أقناتا تمقن لارك أرمر يدخله كانوا شيخان اللي بهالله ترنانا نانا اخنا لازم ولا اسكت كديان شلون قديان جانا خمسة من جاني شارع اخنا قيرته عويلنا شكل الشقة از القاط جانا من دن ناشتين تاما تبنيك على من يقال شقة إن احنا اشول لغوادو لكن لغبادو لخذ هلا كلها قبل الدرايبه كلدناي كانوا كلدناي بقراوا كتاب شغلنا كسنه كاري كت اخنا البو جمو تشتري صدام كدين البو شموا تشتري مخلطه كدين سيتيزن شو كدين من تركيا موينا انا خبران بعدنا اخنا مو هيك كليوا هلا مدر بخلوي ده كل نايت اتري مقبه انا وديو بزودا خرزدوي خمن ك فاونديشن سيفو البداية نسبة خارخيتا بتاعنا من يريفان من كرتا أناهيت خسراوة بن خسراوة بابو أطرايل يوم مرمنيتلا تابع خمسة منه بليش أكيد فرز كل وزد بتاعلشان إنجليز كباب سبب خيال قد ناشخين زجاج جان قدين ز خامات ديان يوتيوب كاشوكن دكان خينة أمسي فيديو بزود يعطيني مو بليشان تويتر قدني ماشين خارج قد هذا زدير باليافا وين قبل مشينا أخذت أوديو قارد أوديو إلى يقرأ صبري أطمان شتسانو بنيانة سيفو أنا بقاري منه بقرنا يعني قبل مشينا راو شيء تبي كسر.
Thank you. باسم راوا.
ويتخاب شلامة من بتريل لفظتان.
بتريل لازة. Yeah. My name is Sabri Atman. I'm Assyrian born in Turkey and I speak Western Assyrian. Maybe it is good that I start speak some words in my dialect. Shalom alaikum.
Okay, well, so sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. Shalom alaikum. Farjonem yakre. Mekem moishne. أثيو قتلوا مايرم قبل دعامو ثرويو سريويو قبل دنر منوي ديو نوي زتر متري مليون مشي حوي بوثرو تركيا ميشل تونوثو تركيا ومحيلعاتو مذكر دو يقتليو ميكم موشني دقتلو عميذن نوشو لو قايمو بوهاور دثي إلو عدو بثر ميموشني ومددك حزينة بنار باشورون دبريثو وعامو ثرويو أعامي حريني النعي مثيك وقيمي بوهوار وكتل بحشو من دولة تركيا ومحيلعاتو مدى كردوي كبعي وسيفو دمي تقبل دمطلب شبكونو مني يولوثو دو شبكونو دمي تامتيون لدكثو. I was born in Turkey and from political reason in 1980 I moved to Austria. I was in Austria, I spent 5 years in Vienna, and then I went to Sweden. I'm Swedish citizens, and I lived in many other European countries. 2005, we started to establish Seyfo Center, the Assyrian Genocide Research Center, because of many reasons. You know, the Assyrian, they lost over 400,000 Assyrians during the First World War within the Armenians and Greeks. And no many people spoke about the Assyrian genocide, and the survivors in European countries, in Australia, in America, we tried to do some activities, but no many could hear our voice. And 2005, Seyfo Center was established in Europe, and now we have different branches in Sweden, in Holland, in Germany, Switzerland, also 2 branches in America. One of them is in Los Angeles, the other one in Arizona, and we try to do our best to bring awareness about the Assyrian genocide.
Seyfo was established 2005.
Yes.
So what the biggest motivation which you had for establishing, because of nobody was talking about Assyrian and their genocide, is that was the main reason, or just as a umtanaya, do you want to do your job?
I think it was like the genocide issue. It is a big, it's heavy issue. It is not that one single person can work and accomplish everything. We have to organize ourselves together. We have to organize ourselves together and do this work, and to be stronger. We need organization to organize all activities. Because Assyrian, they knew a little bit about what happened to them, but to have knowledge, they didn't have knowledge. When you have organization as Seyfo Center, you have to speak about the issue. You have to give presentation. You have to organize rallies. You have to lobby. You have to publish books, and you have to speak with the politician. And for this reason, we established Seyfo Center 2005.
So far, we're talking about almost 10 years ago.
More than 10 years, yes.
So did you establish those goals? Did you start? Where Seyfo stands today? How been recognized with different countries, with different governments? What was the main accomplishment which you did for last 10 years? What's the main accomplishment you did in these 10 years?
I think the best compliment is that the Assyrian, regardless their churches, if they belong to Assyrian, the Church of the East, or the Syriac Orthodox Church, or the Chaldean Church, regardless the name issue we have, many Assyrians knows more than before about the Assyrian genocide. Our goal was first to educate our people, and secondly, to give information to outsiders. And now, the past 10 years, it was many presentations in all European countries. We have been 3 times. We arranged conferences in European Parliament. We have 3 conferences in European Parliament. One of them was in the, 2 of them they were in the House of Commons in UK. And we have been in many universities, spoke about the Assyrian genocide, and all churches in Europe, Assyrian Association, and so many Assyrians get information because we were active. There are several monuments now established because of the Assyrians' work in Australia, in Armenia, in Greece, in all European countries. We have now several genocide monuments, and 2010 Swedish Parliament recognized the Assyrian genocide, and hopefully there are many other countries they will in the future recognize the Assyrian genocide.
As a Seyfo organization, which is a non-profit organization, it's more active in Europe, which is here. I believe in European, Assyrian in Europe, they are more progressive, they're more active, they're more want what they want. They're always in the street, they're always demonstrations. We don't have it here. Why we are not active in matter of genocide and Seyfo Center? Why we don't help enough?
When we say Seyfo, you know, we have Western Assyrian and Eastern Assyrian. Western Assyrians who are from Turkey, from Syria, when you speak about Seyfo, almost everybody knows what Seyfo means. But in our Assyrian dialect, we call it Sepa, or we use Parman for the Assyrian genocide. And the most our activities were in the European countries. So there were more activities there. But now in America, there are few activities here, but I'm very optimistic in the future.
This is the one we are showing at Mount, which is this one is very.
This is the Assyrian genocide monument, was erected thanks to AUA in Australia, their hard work. It was erected in Sydney in Australia.
So how many we have?
This is the Assyrian genocide monument in Belgium, was established 2012.
So we're going to show all. We have
Exactly.
At the moment we have 5.
We have more than 5. We have also in Russia, and here is in Paris, in Sarcelles in France, and in the future in October we will have 5 more monuments in France and 1 more in Belgium, and hopefully 2 new Assyrian genocide monument in Sweden, and hopefully also in the United States.
And this one is?
This one is in Greece.
In Greece.
In Greece, in Athens.
So who's funding this matter? Who's the money people are donating? Is from donations? Is enough donations out to establish this?
For example, this genocide monument in Athens, I know for fact it costed about 25,000 euro. It makes around $30,000. And when you when you start with such project, it's not easy. It takes time, and sometimes and often in Europe you can't declare, you can announce it because the Turkish state does deny the Assyrian genocide, try to do their best to stop these monuments. We couldn't announce it, but in Greece it costed about $30,000. The Assyrian in Greece, Seyfo Center, and many other who donated, thanks to them. But it was very hard. It was not easy. Still, for the monument in Belgium, we have to pay a lot of money, and so we need our people behind us. We need our people to help us to establish more work.
أترى مغب شميل أخون بغزات متخرج بينا عادي كتخرج جاشوكتم بس مالخون إحنا ويب سايت سيفو متخلقات أخون قد مجرد أمسيتم كتد بختو دوخويتم أو شو لبوش عن قاية خيوت الدين كم سو يعني غيرت السيف ولا قد أشهر مخفيشيد كدا شيدت إما يعني إما شنوار من برما أنا بدمتنا ويب سايت كاتون كتوم ولا تلفوني كاتون بدمتنا قريم وكاته بخياتهم كاته شدرم لن يكتب ويب سايت أدرس دي إنا بيم أبوده مغزية كالدنيا دفع بدا جانيني دقت شو أب ميكرو خدله اخنا أطورات إيران ودان من دقهم زمرابا بداية خبرموية له إنهم حقيقة بدو باصرته وا أي بسيمة أنت تيرين بلطم دا أتروات تيرين يوروب تيرين أمريكا شوري لهم بدان قصة بزود همزومه ميكرو Sabri, as a individual person, are you satisfied from your activity? Are you satisfied with our people they're helping, or you have complained about it? Any complaints to our Assyrian? They're helping enough?
Not only Seyfo Center, to be realistic, it is only, I can maybe less than 10% of our population, they are very active, and 90% they are remained as bystanders. It's very heavy work, and it's very heavy job we are doing. We need our people with us. We need to create, only Turkish state as a country, they spend more than 300 million US dollar a year to deny the Armenian, Assyrian and Greek genocide. And we can ask ourselves, how much money do we spend for recognition of the Assyrian genocide? We have to lobby. We have to erect a new monument. We have to publish more books. We have to people who can work with us. We need people to do documentaries. This genocide that happened 1915, 100 years ago, it is not only our past, it is a very important part of our history. We speak about the past genocide because we want to prevent future genocide. We don't want a new genocide in Iraq. We don't want a new genocide in Khabur. Unfortunately, what is going in Iraq, what is going in Khabur, genocide is going on. It's part of our history. We have to be active to condemn to past genocide in order to prevent future genocide. It is important that our people are with us. We need you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have at Seyfo.com, which is we've been putting on the screen. Please write it down. Donate. Basmalukhum dvukhum. Dana adiyela. ليلة تمل ليلة قدمة أديولة جريك أبا خيرانة كابني أمتن appreciate كدا نيشة كد إماشن من برمدين وارنا من دبنا برامان تبقى قدم يكا صبري سوريا العراق خنا مجر جاي برميلان أتقل مخروبينا عمرانا بتلاخينا من نطرة بالوطننا خنا السيفو يعني مودي يعني سيفا مود مجر جاي مبرخيلة اختار زي بختارنا. We're going to have break for a few minutes.
I would like to add something, if you allow me.
Please.
March 15, there is a big marathon here in Los Angeles, and we have a friend, William Odisho from Holland. He will come and run the marathon for the 100th anniversary of the Assyrian genocide, and you can see the flyer in our website, and we hope also you donate to seyfocenter.com. If you go to our website, you can see also PayPal and donate, so we can run more marathon, we can reach our goal. Thank you.
Next segment, I'm going to show this one. We scan it, we're going to put it on the screen. This way you can guys see the person who's running the marathon, you can donate for each mile he's running. So please be helpful, be with them. Let's get together, united together, we can. آترای موقع به خبری صورت بشکل آخن commercial station که مغزی اخلون تاتم تمام آنها گستام تریانه که تابیل همزم تا من یروان میمیکورتا آناهیتا خسرووا
دکتر آناهیت
دکتر مخليتا دكتور شما تانوين دوز خسرووا it's in Iran.
Oh yeah.
Best good place.
Oh, is it good place?
Ah, beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to take a short break. We'll be back. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere. We're not going anywhere. Thanks.
با سپاس فراوان از همه عزیزانی که جویای حال آقای داوید صدق مدیر جواهری والا شده اند، به آگاهی میرسانیم که روز شنبه برنامه ویژه‌ای در همین راستا از ساعت 1 بعد از ظهر از تلویزیون پارس پخش می شود. توجه شما را به این برنامه جلب می کنیم. مدیریت تلویزیون پارس.
تماس نامحدود از تهران و شهرستان ها فقط 899. تماس از آمریکا، کانادا، اروپا و استرالیا به ایران و سایر نقاط جهان را برای اولین بار با خطوط مستقیم وایمو تجربه کنید. تلفن تماس از آمریکا 877 597 7211 و کانادا 647 558 3443. کارت های تلفن وایمو را از فروشگاه های معتبر بخواهید.
کرم ویتامینه دور چشم لمولاین، ترکیبی از منابع طبیعی روشن کننده و ضد پیری پوست، برطرف کننده تیرگی، افتادگی، چین و چروک و پف دور چشم. تهیه شده از عصاره خیار، آی برایت، عصاره شیرین بیان، آلوئه ورا و چای سبز با تأثیری بی‌نظیر در از بین بردن چین و چروک، افتادگی، تیرگی و پف دور چشم. حاوی آنتی اکسیدان های طبیعی و ویتامین های A, C, E و K و B کمپلکس. چشمانی زیبا و جوان با لمولاین، ساخت آمریکا. شماره تماس رایگان 1-844-2-800-800. لمولاین add life to life.
ماجیک تل 100 دقیقه ایدی میدهد. ماجیک تل مطمئن‌ترین سرویس تلفنی بدون پین نامبر، بدون مالیات و بدون هر گونه هزینه مخفی. دقت فرمایید، بدون مالیات و بدون هر گونه هزینه مخفی. ماجیک تل، مناسب‌ترین نرخ مکالمات بین المللی. همکنون به شماره 1-800-267-1350 تلفن کنید و تا 100 دقیقه مکالمه رایگان به تهران ایدی بگیرید. ماجیک تل، سرویس سحرآمیز تلفنی به سراسر دنیا. 1-800-267-1350. ماجیک تل.
هم میهن گرامی، شما می توانید مشکلات حقوقی خود را با وکلای با تجربه و با همکاری دکتر نقیبی، دکترای اقتصاد و مدیریت و دکترای حقوق حل و فصل کنید. تلفن تماس با دکتر نقیبی 949 583 7326.
آیا می دانید قوانین فدرال در مورد آوردن پول از ایران مرتباً در حال تغییر هستند؟ در دفتر حقوقی یزدانیار تخصص ما مسائل مربوط به تحریم‌های اقتصادی میباشد. قبل از هر گونه مبادلات مالی با ایران با من مهنوش یزدانیار در دفتر حقوقی یزدانیار تماس بگیرید تا ما شما را در این موارد پیچیده قانونی یاری کنیم. شماره تماس 310 780 6360 و یا 415 656 5178.
روزن گاردن، گلارایی جشن‌های نامزدی و عروسی و سایر مراسم. ارسال گل به جهان در اسرع وقت. روزن گاردن. تلفن سفارشات 800 706 64 74 310 777 83 67. روزن گاردن.
از این پس توسط سیستم خودکار bullseyetraders.com چه روز و چه شب می توانید حتی هنگامی که به کار روزانه خود مشغولید و یا وقتی که در خواب به سر میبرید با خرید و فروش شاخص‌ها در بازار سهام به درآمد چشمگیری دست یابید.
فرامرز وحدت‌شاه هستم، مدیریت bullseyetraders.com. با تجربه 28 ساله‌ای که در امر خرید و فروش شاخص‌ها در بازار سهام دارم و با ارائه نرم افزارهای استثنایی خودکاری که به تازگی برای سهل و آسان کردن خرید و فروش شاخص‌ها در اختیار علاقمندان یادگیری تریدینگ قرار دادن، داشتن درآمد بیشتر امری است قابل دسترس.
در هر کجای دنیا که هستید در وبینار رایگان bullseyetraders.com با رفتن بر روی وبسایت و کلیک کردن بر گزینه کانتکت آس و پر کردن اطلاعات شرکت کنید.
از شما دعوت می‌کنم در وبینار رایگان اولیه کلاس‌های آنلاین ما شرکت کنید تا خود از نزدیک با سیستم‌های خودکار و خرید و فروش شاخص‌ها آشنا شوید.
bullseyetraders.com 1877 489 0509.
ماجیکتل 100 دقیقه ایدی میدهد. ماجیکتل مطمئن‌ترین سرویس تلفنی بدون پین نامبر، بدون مالیات و بدون هر گونه هزینه مخفی. دقت فرمایید، بدون مالیات و بدون هر گونه هزینه مخفی. ماجیکتل مناسب‌ترین نرخ مکالمات بین المللی. همکنون به شماره 1800 267 1350 تلفن کنید و تا 100 دقیقه مکالمه رایگان به تهران ایدی بگیرید. ماجیکتل سرویس سحرآمیز تلفنی به سراسر دنیا. 1800 267 1350. ماجیکتل.
أترمق بمحاضر أديب تازخن الأرمنستان يريوان كتاما بمزمخن من دكتور أناهيت خسروة كتيلا بخايا تاما شولو دكتور لغو human rights professional degree digo inengo history yeah. Well, we're going to talk to Dr. Anahit Khosroeva, which is via Skype. This program is live, coming to you guys. Doctor, hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm okay. How are you?
We are fantastically good.
I would like to thank you so much for your wonderful program, which you run every Friday, I believe.
Yes.
Every Friday. And thank you for your time and effort, every time you put on this program. And also thank you for having me today. It's my honor to be on your program and be your guest.
Honor is ours. It's a pleasure for us. We appreciate it. This time over there it's 3 o'clock in the morning, I believe.
Yes, it's 3 o'clock in the morning.
And I appreciate your effort. I really thank you.
It's my pleasure.
Well, Sabri is here next to me. He wants to say hello to you.
Hi, Anahit.
Hi, Sabri. Good to hear your voice.
Thank you. Same.
So we're going to talk about program we scheduled before. It's about the genocide which happened in 1915, and to this month is 100 years. Would you please give us some background when you started this program which you have? And after your graduation, what been done from Armenian side? Who's stopping it? What we accomplish to be recognized, especially from Turkey?
Well, this part of ours, the Assyrian genocide, it's the most tragic period of our history. And I'm sure every Assyrian, they know how it was like horrific, and I'm sure we all in our families, we all have like our grandfathers, grandmothers, who went all this World War I during this genocide and subjected to these massacres and slaughters made by young Turks. I don't want to go through history because I'm sure everybody knows about it, but yes, this year 1915, it was the year when the Armenians on April 24, a lot of intellectuals, almost 300 of them, in one day they got killed by Young Turks government. So that day, Armenians, they are every year they go to in Yerevan in Armenia, starting from 1965. They go to their memorial complex and they pay respect. They put flower to their victims. As you know, this year, yes, it's a 1 century centennial, 100 years commemoration of the Armenian genocide. But for us, I believe all this started in 1914, not 1915. So, of course, it's 100 years for us also. And I believe now for Armenia, it would be very important that by now they would recognize the Assyrian genocide, which they didn't do by now. And the reason today we are speaking, it's one of the subjects which we are going to speak today on your program. I would like to tell that I believe now we accomplished something. At least all these years, starting like 2-3 years ago, we are working hard, very hard here in Armenia. Also, Sabri will tell on his side from Seyfo Center that Armenia can condemn and recognize the Assyrian genocide, because these people, our people, almost 750,000 population, they subjected to genocide by Ottoman Turks. And for Armenia, it's supposed to be more important because we subjected to genocide with them. And I believe it's a shame by now they didn't do it, but at least we accomplished now that on March 23 this year, like in couple weeks, finally this resolution is going to be voted in Armenian parliament and to be recognized and condemned by Armenian parliament.
About Assyrians?
Yes, about Assyrians.
And Greeks.
Because draft circulation is already in parliament, and all the Republican Party representatives of the Armenian parliament, who are majority of the parliament, they signed it. And I believe it is just going to go, nobody's going to go against. By the way, I want everybody knows that nobody in Armenia is against that Armenia recognize Assyrian genocide. But by now it was not a good quality paper, and also there are some political reasons in Armenia, because when this paper was presented in parliament a couple years ago and it was rejected, it was not that, Armenians, they don't want to recognize Assyrian genocide, that's why they rejected. No, it was not a good quality paper, and it was presented by one of the opposition parties, which called Heritage Party. But now Republican Party, which, as I told already, they are majority of the Armenian parliament, they took over of this resolution, and draft of this paper already signed with all the representatives of the parliament, and I'm sure on March 23 it is already will be voted, and Armenia will finally recognize the Assyrian and Greek genocide.
Why they were stopping? It happens. Nothing is hidden. Everybody knows what just happened. What was Armenia against it?
I'm sorry.
Why Armenia was against recognizing the Assyrian massacre? Why they were...
Actually, this was not against. According to some officials, last week they were telling that they were doing some studying, some investigation, observation on the Greek and Assyrian genocide, and now finally they came to conclusion that yes, Greek genocide and Assyrian genocide, according to United Nations General Convention on Genocide for Prevention and Punishment of Genocide, it was a genocide. It was not just massacre. So it wasn't intent to kill these people. So during the past 2-3 years, they were just studying, according to them. Studying, so to come to conclusion that yes, it is a genocide, and now they are recognizing these massacres as a genocide.
Dr. Sabri, what happened? Why they was waiting until now, almost 90 years, maybe more, to start recognizing Assyrian being also massacred? What was stopping it? What was the obstacle?
I think what Anahit said, it's very important. Armenian people, they are not against the recognition of the Assyrian genocide.
Not the people, the government.
Even the government is not against the recognition of the Assyrian genocide.
Absolutely
before.
not.
Okay.
But Assyrian should have worked much earlier. The reason they took proposal and they will voted March 23 is the reason many Assyrians like Dr. Anahit and many other organizations, they were asking, and the Armenian government knows that it's important for the Assyrian people. So this is the reason they took it, and hopefully they will recognize it March 23.
Are you planning to go to Armenia?
I am planning to be in Armenia. I will be between April 20 to 28 in Armenia, and I will have a meeting with many Armenians and Assyrians, like my friend Dr. Anahit Khosroeva.
So now what's...
Welcome, Sabri.
Thank you, Anahit.
Well, overall and as internationally, what's the obstacle not to be recognized? Who's more against for Turkey not to recognize the genocide? Who's helping them? Who's on their side, mostly? Turkey is not recognizing genocide.
Well, for us,
which countries are the most favoring? I mean, they are not pressuring Turkey to confess for the crime.
For Armenians, Assyrians, and Greeks who subjected to genocide by Ottoman Turks, of course, morally it's a support when you see any country, especially if it's a big European country or a United States, they recognize and condemn this genocide. But the most important for us should be that Turkey recognize our genocide, and by recognizing, to pay compensation. I mean, if let's say United States recognize our genocide, this is not giving us anything. It's just the moral support. For us should be main goal Turkey, Turkey should recognize, because they have this denial policy, which they don't want to accept it was a genocide, especially on Armenian. I'm talking about Armenian genocide. You know, and in this case, when they killed 1.5 million Armenians, and they say it was not a genocide, it was a not deportation, relocation, it was a war, we were, you know, saving your people. In this case, when we are proving that, you know, it was also Assyrian genocide, it was a Pontic Greek genocide. Talking about these two genocides along with Armenian genocide, you are more adding facts to you know, to tell Turkey that you are wrong. You know, it wasn't intent, it was planned, and it was organized policy to kill all these people.
Sabri.
Turkey has more than 70 million population. It is a strong NATO member. Strategically, it is important for many countries, for European great power, United States. Azerbaijan is supporting Turkey's official thesis. For 100 years now, Turkey denied the Armenian, Assyrian, and Greek genocide, and but I feel like Armenian, Assyrian, and Greeks, day by day, they do more, and at the end, I think we will force Turkey's dark forces to acknowledge this historical fact. They commit genocide against the Christian population. 1914, the population in Turkey was around 14 million, and around 4 million of them, they were Christian. But today in Turkey, there remains only 70,000 Christian, and the rest, they are killed, they are deported, and their properties, they are taken by Kurds and by Turks. And we understand why Turkey denied the Assyrian, Armenian, and Greek genocide, because they built their country on the genocide. And many wealthy people in Turkey now, their wealthiness came from the genocide. And
from land they took over.
Exactly. And one other reason that they denied the genocide 1915 is because we blame their leaders to be mass murder, to be killers like Adolf Hitler. But for them, they are heroes. And so when we say your grandparents, your leaders, they were killers, they take it very bad. Their heroes, they are our killers. And one of the reasons their national identity built it on the genocide.
Well, right now they're helping ISIS. They're selling their oils. They're helping for them to sell their oils. They're helping people to go to Turkey, and from Turkey go to Syria, to go to Iraq, via Turkey. Turkey also, they don't want the Kurds also to be established in their Kurdistan. It's not only one thing, it's so many things. Right now, with their help, if they stop people going across to Syria, go to Iraq, it will not be only ISIS. Also, if they don't help them to sell the oil or their antiquity, which they taken from Iraq, Assyrian antiquities.
Miyakra George, you are very right. Not only in 1915, even during the Simele massacre, the perpetrators also were supported by Turkish state, and now 2015 also Turkey support ISIS, and today in the Turkish newspaper where one of the ISIS leader is in a hospital in Turkey. He gets treatment. He was injured and he's in Turkey, and there is a lot of information that Republic of Turkey is behind ISIS.
Dr. Anahit, what's your take?
Yes, I totally agree. Even during the last week, when all these atrocities happened in Syria and they captured all our people, it's very hard for me to speak about this. We in Armenia, Assyrian community, some of the representatives, we gave a press conference for some newspapers and TVs, and we announced that we call Armenian government first of all to condemn all these barbarities, what's going on in Syria, and second of all, we asked Armenian government if it's possible how they are taking as a refugee Syrian Armenians, do the same for Syrian Assyrians. And in couple hours, Armenian government reacted very friendly and very positive, and they told that yes, absolutely. As long as all these Assyrians, they are already on our border by airplane or somehow maybe from Turkey or Azerbaijan, so they can take all these people and as our own people, which was very nice of them. And the same day I gave another interview which they were asking me, is there any proof that Turkish government behind the ISIS? So yes, I absolutely agree with you, Mr. George and Mr. Sabri, that Turkish government 100% positive they are behind all this, because all the oil which ISIS they are taking, black market which they are selling, all the millions with banks they are taking, so of course they cannot do it without Turkey. Besides, there was another article like yesterday, which was telling that during, like 1 day before when this Assyrian massacre started in Syria along the Khabur river in Assyrian villages, Turkish officials, they had with their military, they went to take, they crossed the border of Syria, and also who was helping them? Kurdish people. So, and I'm sure Turks, Kurds, I'm not talking about Peshmerga, and Turks, Kurds, and ISIS, they are doing all this together, and Turkey behind all this for sure.
There was a rumor today, there was a news that ISIS released 373 Assyrian was captured. Did you hear about it? Is that there's fact to it?
I heard, but I think unfortunately they told it's unconfirmed news. I'm not sure. I think the last thing which I read, it was like unconfirmed.
In the meantime, doctor, we don't want the Assyrian to leave the country. This is their country, this is our country. But if their plan is to get rid of Assyrians. They want them to exit, they want to go refugee, they want to leave the country.
I'm sorry.
I said the plan for them is to take the Assyrians out of the country. I mean, let them go anywhere else.
They need this territory without Assyrians.
Yes.
And this is already intent of genocide. This is already, we can see features of genocide by UN Convention of Genocide. We can see already features of genocide here. And now what's going on with Assyrian people in Syria and in Iraq, which made by ISIS, it's a classic version of genocide, which going nowadays in front of our nose. And unfortunately, world is silent. Nobody protects us like it was 100 years ago. Now it's the same thing, and world is silent. And I'm sure if they want, they can protect us. But unfortunately, they don't do it.
How do you see the future for Christian and Assyrian, Armenian, and the other ethnic in those countries, in Iraq and Syria?
I want to be very optimistic because, it's very hard time for us. Even we are mourning now, but, we should be strong. we should be united because it's very hard period for our people. And now I'm sure, and as it says in Bible, one day Assyrians, they are going to rise, they are going to judge and condemn all the things which happened with them.
Sabri, what do you see the future for our Assyrian Christian in Iraq and Syria? The plan is to get them out of there, to take their lands, to take their name, to take their heritage. They're destroying all the monuments. So there's a plan to get rid of Assyrian name and everybody else there. So what we have to do? What's the next plan? Staying there is our beneficiary. To be there is our country, is our name. What do you see? How do you see it?
I agree with Dr. Anahit. It is very hard to say that it is easy to live as Assyrian, as Armenian, as Christian in the Middle East. It's very difficult, but we have to be strong. This is our land, and we have to fight for it. We have to be united. It's very, very heavy process we are going on.
We have to do united with Armenians too, also together.
I
think
think
there's a lot of Armenian in Syria.
I think we need Armenians, we need Arabs, we need Kurds, we need Turks, all people who are for the human rights, to respect our rights. We have to live in peace and harmony together, and to be against these dark forces, ISIS. We have to be united. When they destroy our Lamassu, Nemrut, destroy part of their culture too, because this art for 1,000 years, it doesn't belong only to the Assyrian, to all humanity. What the crimes they are committed against our people, it is crimes against humanity, regardless our language, regardless people's ethnic background. All people, they have united and to be against ISIS.
As a human rights side of it, the last 10 days ago, there was Sheikh of Arabs in Syria. They were helping Assyrians to go get back the hostages. They were helping Christian Assyrians with the Arab sheikhs locally. So it's a good gesture which you mentioned. We have it all together. If you are Arab, you are human. You are Kurd, you are human. You are Muslim, doesn't matter, that's your religion. But as a humanitarian, we all together have to fight that disease which is there called ISIS.
And we have to mention what happened to Yazidis. It is very important to be united also with Yazidis. They go through a genocide in Iraq.
How optimistic you are, Doctor, which will be established state for Assyrian or for minorities as a safe haven?
Well, as I told, we have to be optimistic. They cannot break us. Even like right now, our spirit is broken, but it shouldn't be like that. But I mean, it's understandable because our people are getting killed now and nobody can help. Like in the morning we get up, we are watching news and we see again something new, horrific, which is very, very bad. But as I told, we cannot be broken, and I'm sure one day we are gonna get there. As long as we are united, we are going to be strong, and we are going to get there for sure.
The organization you are belong, how far they are, what's their future, what their plan is for the future, compared to united with Assyrians forces? Is there any plan between Armenian Seyfos, with Assyrian Seyfo? There is any plans to be working together for the future plans?
Of course, I'm sure they are. I'm sure because, you know, we have right now like a lot of also organization like for preventing the genocide, which they want to work with Seyfo, and, you know, they are already establishing contacts, you know, to contact with Mr. Sabri and his organization to work together. They are ready to do it because they can see that what happened 100 years ago, century ago, looks like nothing changed. So they understand that we have to be together because as long as we are united, we are more powerful. Of course, they understand that one.
And there is something very important, Anahit. I think the recognition of the Armenian Republic of Armenia, it is very important for us, Assyrian and Greeks. So there are over 19 countries who recognize the Armenian genocide. When Armenia recognized the Assyrian genocide, it means the other countries, 19 countries who recognize their genocide, should add also the Assyrian genocide, because it means the Armenians are saying we were not the only victims groups. Beside us, there were Assyrians and Greeks. So in the future, our strategy will be the other countries also should include the Assyrian genocide. And I'm very optimistic, and we are very happy to cooperate with our sisters and brothers in Armenia, and we feel more strong. And what happened in Iraq and in Syria, I feel here in the United States, in Europe, there are many Assyrian organizations, there are many Assyrians, they are doing huge activities. I have all my respect to all these people. They work day and night, but we have to do more. There are more passive people. We have also in the future to include them with our activities, because we need all our people with us.
I absolutely agree with Sabri, because, I want to tell this. I want our people, when they watch this TV, they know, like, when something going with Assyrians, I'm talking about something positive, something good. Let's say when Armenia recognized the Assyrian genocide. Yes, thank you, Armenia, that Armenian country is going to recognize the Assyrian genocide. But I would like people, they know when there is something, statement or law or resolution on Assyrians, it's not coming out of nowhere. There are people, as Miakra Sabri told, who works on this subject to become recognized or internationally famous. I believe you understand what I am telling. So I would like to tell thank you all the people, not just Assyrians, all nationalities, who works on our case and trying to be helpful to our people on our difficult period of life now. Thank you so much.
Well, for this 100 years, any plan, what's your Armenian plan as a country worldwide? What's the activity? What will be in April? What is the biggest event?
We have a lot of occasions, events. Of course, April 24th, we are expecting in Armenia over 1 million guests who are coming from overseas just to pay their respect to all the victims of genocide. And there are a lot of movies on genocide, there are concerts and a lot of activities. Also in April 22nd, 23rd, we are having 2 days global forum, which again relates with 100th anniversary of the genocide, which Armenian government invites all over the world the parliamentarians, senators, ministers who relate with genocide subject. So they want to do it something internationally. There are several things which they are keeping in secret because, as you know, the same day, April 24, Turkey surprised whole world and they are commemorate Gallipoli battle. And also when they invited a lot of officials from different countries, like let's say Queen of England, Elizabeth, or Prime Minister of Australia. So this kind of people, officials. But I'm sure this is just, again, trick from Turkey, because they like to do this kind of dirty things. But, I'm sure people who knows what is a genocide, they are gonna just understand what this is one of the dirty place of Turkey, and they are gonna attend our commemoration, because 1.5 million Armenians they were killed, 750,000 Assyrians they were killed, and over 500,000 Pontic Greeks they were killed during this genocide.
Any plan with the joint venture with the Syrians, the 24th, which we can be participate to be together?
Yes, absolutely. We are planning to go with Assyrians of Armenia. Also, we are expecting guests like Sabri is coming also, as he told. But there are delegations which they're coming from Chicago, from European different countries, which they're gonna attend and to be presented on this very important commemoration.
You know, as we celebrate our genocide day is the 7th of August, Shava B'Tabach. That's our date, which is we are.
I know.
So that's any plan for the Armenian to be with us in the United States or some other places?
You know, we have, as you know, and a couple years ago, we opened here the monument for Assyrian genocide, and Miakra Sabri, he was presented on that very important event. After that, every year, August 7, Assyrians and a lot of Armenians, they're just coming to pay respect to Assyrian victims also, of course.
August 7, we commemorate the Assyrian genocide because of the Simele massacre 1933. This is the 100th anniversary of the Assyrian genocide. In Europe and in many other countries like the United States, we have a lot of activities here. In Los Angeles, March 15, we have William Odisho. He will come and run a marathon for the 100th anniversary of the Assyrian genocide. And April 12, we are planning to have a mini marathon in Golden Gate and raise 100 black balloons for the 100th anniversary of the Assyrian genocide. We have a lot of presentation in many places in America, in Chicago, in California, and hopefully we will have 2 more monuments in Greece, in Athens and Thessaloniki, for the 3 nations, Armenian, Assyrian, and Greeks. Hopefully, soon we will have second Assyrian genocide monument in Belgium, and we are very close to have 2 other monuments in Sweden, and hopefully in October we will have 5 more monuments in France. There is a decision about that. It will be in October, and Assyrian Federation, Association, Seyfo Center, our political organization, they are planning plenty activities in many European countries. In Sweden, in Germany, we do with the Armenian and Greeks, Yazidis and other peoples, a lot of presentation. There is one only thing that I want to say. Turkey can't continue to be a state and deny the Armenian, Assyrian, and Greek genocide. They have to acknowledge, they have to apologize, and they have to compensate the Assyrian, Armenian, and Greek genocide. And if they don't do it, how could we describe Turkey as a democratic country?
Since when they've been democratic? To who?
Democracy.
What do we call democracy? What's the definition of democracy?
Democracy, that they respect the human rights, minorities' rights, and they have the free society. But Turkey, as a country, they are far from being democratic.
It's a sweet word. Democracy is a very sweet word only.
Yeah.
Miakra George is just in words and in paper. That's it.
Yeah. If you are strong enough, you get your rights. They don't give you your right. You have to take it.
Always used to be like that, and it goes like that, unfortunately.
Well, for a closing, do you have anything to say for a couple of minutes, or take 5 minutes of your time, and please explain total activity you've done, what you accomplished, and how far we are going, where are we going?
Well, I believe during the interview we already had the conversation, the highlights which we wanted to tell because of the limitation of time. Yes, I want to just take opportunity to one more time to tell you thank you for giving us this opportunity to be on your TV, and it's my honor to be here, talk to you and talk to Miakre Sabri also, and have this dialogue. And also I hope like maybe next time when we will have a conversation, already Republic of Armenia Armenian Parliament, they would be already recognize Assyrian genocide. And as Sabri told, he is absolutely right, and having this already recognition of this country like Armenia, we will go far, I'm sure. And I'm not talking that also when Armenia will recognize Assyrian genocide, how will be reaction of Turkey, because I'm sure they will be very angry. Because, as you know, a couple years ago, they are trying to have a good relationship with Armenia. Of course, it's impossible because our president, he already took back the protocol which he gave for studying for Armenian parliament. But still, this occasion, when Armenian parliament recognized Assyrian and Greek genocide, it is gonna make Turkey, Republic of Turkey, more angry and more mad. But we don't care for that. Because, they do their dirty job, as I told, and we are going to go on our way. And also one more time, I want to call our people, Assyrians, all over the world, to be very strong on this time, very hard time of our life period, and also to be helpful to people in Syria, in Iraq, because as we know, these people, they need humanitarian help and they need their safe haven in their country. If each of us, we will do small thing, we will do our duty, what we can do, I'm sure one day we are going to get there and we are going to have like our state and our safe haven in that country, in that place. I mean, because we are indigenous people of that country and we deserve to be there. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Sabri. Before we go, you want to say?
Anahit, it was great pleasure to have you on Skype, and I hope to see you April 20 and until 28. I will be in Yerevan in Armenia.
March,
April. I will be there, and I think we are Syrians. We are day by day strong. We have more knowledge about our past. Our children, Assyrian youth, they are more active than ever. And Turkey is going to lose because they are wrong. We are going to win because we are right. What we are doing is right. We are the grandchildren of the survivors, and we will continue with our work. We need our people with us. Thank you.
Doctor, appreciate very much your time. I know it's 3 o'clock in the morning. Look, go have a breakfast, cup of coffee, or Turkish coffee, or Armenian coffee, I'm sorry.
Assyrian coffee, please.
Armenian and Assyrian coffee,
yes.
Right.
What's the name of Khosroeva comes from? Dr. Anahit, where's the Khosroeva's name comes? Your father's side?
I'm sorry?
Last name Khosroeva.
Yes, it's my father's side. My grandfather, he was from village Khosroeva,
right.
which on the Salamas plain in Armenia. So when they were coming to Russian border to cross to Armenia, soldiers, they asked his last name, and he gave his long last name, and they told, just tell me from what village you are, and he told from Khosroeva, so I became a Khosroeva.
Well, I'm glad to see you. I hope that day which Parliament of Armenia will recognize genocide of Assyrian and Greek, we're going to broadcast live program. We're going to our date is that day. We're going to see again each other via Skype, and we have a live program for that day to show the world we are together, united, and strong.
I'm looking forward to it, and I'm sure we are going to see that day for sure, because that day Armenian Parliament is going to recognize the Assyrian genocide for sure.
But this is your program. Any given time, you want to come on and talk about anything, which we are activists. As activists, this is your program.
Thank you so much.
Rabab Shenet, you're very welcome in Assyrian.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear. It was something with my line. So, Pushim Shena, and thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, I'll try more Achna Khorzan Kmada Kine Kimpiasha Katu in by Hamdi Zakato Modin Katachna Sabri Atman.
I told but I will come and be with you in the future too. I hope we can
try to be more.
Yeah,
active.
Try to be more to this program here.
I'll try more calendar and I ask you to try people to work Kativa Surgada Tanaya Aturaya. سوقني متجانا يعني خابي نيسان إلى خابي مارش يعني شهر بيني سنة أشي تخنا بتوتخ سرقادة كد أن ما شنت سيفو فرمت ديان سيفا كد يام بخيونا ما تخلق دا كالندر بغزات من شكل دا كل شكل أطراينا رابا شابيرا كالندري و أشي تزبط فالتخلم هنا خامدي رابا تخارا كد بيتا أبيني كدن إماشين كدخنا فرما كدن بريما بولتنا موتر بتوات جانان تاو قدا سرقادة كد خمخلك يال نستوس إماشين خد خارة وراو باسي ميلة. It's a good memory to have it here and it's going to stay in every Assyrian's house. When they're going to look at it, 2015, there was 100 years
of the Assyrian genocide. Great.
Well, for the final, before we go.
Thank you.
Okay, أتريم غبخ نخزمرتك أتوخن هدروخ شابرت زمرتلا نتلوخن بخاري نتلوخن همزمياتي كاتن إيميل بودم إن كاتن كريمون أنا بسمع فريدي إيميل دي ماتيلا تمام من تليفون أو يعني أسيري توداي كت أتريم غبخ نتلوخن بخارة بغزايت متامة إيميل ديانيتن تليفونيتن نتلوخن همزمياتي بويتم أرقد إيقار دا خرزاويتم تخمنت لهم بريشي جدا إما شنكت بار المخيوت برام تطرايه بيمو عوده بيمو دوخانه لما شيتم قريمون كسيفو خوشم أونلاين كاتي دوخم جو باي بال ديوخم ويلا شمو
Seyfocenter.com.
Seyfocenter.com.
Yeah, when you go to Seyfocenter.com, you can say PayPal. You can go and donate to our organization. Thank you.
Okay, I hope we're going to have good.
Thank you.
Time together, strong, united, and we're going to have to remember everybody. And we show the world Assyria stays, Assyria will be, Assyria will rise.
We will do it. We will do it.
از قلداز مرتا شكرا مشينا هل شفت بتاعي مغدادنا قداستش إن رويتلا إلى أسيريا توداي يومو باسيم رابا بوش مشينا.
Tira, you are in high. أثراد نخران لا خوش ولا بشور إيشايم نوبة قماثور أبي لنا بنيسا للثخادر هايرهن
با سپاس فراوان از همه عزیزانی که جویای حال آقای داوید صدق مدیر جواهری والا شده اند